Ray here, and I wanted to show you something because I thought it was really interesting. For those of you who don't know, I do a lot of real estate investing now, so we purchase quite a few houses for rental properties and things like that. And we're looking at a bunch of properties in the town of Griffin, Georgia, which is about an hour from where I live down south. And we needed to have a management company that can manage some of the rentals. Plus, we want to make sure from the management companies that the rental prices we're thinking of are realistic. And so, of course, what did I do? Well, I came to Google and I searched property management Griffin, Georgia. Well, I wanted to show you the results that I got out of this. So this is the GMB 3-pack here, along with Real Property Management, which is a national company, as an ad here. But look at this, Searcy and Company. No information. They do have directions. No information for Illuminated Property Company and Investment Group. Now, I called this number, which, by the way, I called a few of these guys on Friday afternoon. Not a single one of them answered the phone. Nobody called me back yet. They probably won't. It's the long weekend. They probably won't call till Tuesday. But none of them called me back. And the funny thing about it was many of them that I called, they didn't even have an answering machine. One just said, this mailbox is full. Another one said, the person you're calling is unavailable, leave a message. So I don't even know if I had the right number. Probably did, but it just made me wonder, what is wrong with these people? Why don't they care about a free service like Google My Business? Do they just not know, or do they just not care? It drives me crazy. Now you can see this one here. Envision Hospitality, they've got 6 reviews here. There are 4.3, but when I called, it didn't sound like it was a property management company. But let's look at the more places here. So you can see Searcy and Company here. Look at this. Watch. This one here. Oh, actually, this one looks like this one's claimed. Okay, but no information really on it. No reviews. They're kind of number one by default, I guess. Maybe location. These guys here. Let's see. I mean, they don't have their website ad. I mean, just nothing here. Let's go down the line here. Envision Hospitality. These are the ones I did call these guys because they had some reviews at least. Nobody answered. But look at this. Manage this listing. I mean, Dick Morrow Enterprises. Not even claimed. Not even claimed. And the picture is a bunch of trees. I mean, this is wild. We've got Rawlings Realty, which says it's property management, and they've claimed it. They've got some things in here. Some good and bad reviews, but even these guys, they don't have a lot. And the fact that they're called Rawlings Realty kind of makes me wonder. Here's a property one here, Sky Vision Properties. They've got 1 Google review. Hey, at least they've claimed it. Looks like they've uploaded the same image a bunch of times. Let's see, these guys are property management company, unclaimed, no information. Poplar Grove, this is an apartment building. So now we got a real estate agent here, not a very good one apparently, 25 reviews at 2.5 stars. Real estate agent. So these guys here, Holberg Properties, real estate. So I guess they're a real estate agent. Again, not claimed. They've got review. They've got a review, a 5-star review. They still haven't claimed it. But I don't know if they're property management or not. The point being here, look, property management here, Griffin, Georgia. All the way down below the realtors. The realtors are showing up higher and better than this group here, which Georgia Associated Refurbishers. No vowels. I don't know if that's really what they want their name to be spelled at. I mean, very strange, very strange. And this is one that's claimed apparently. Because it doesn't, it doesn't ask me if I own it. Again, we got landscapers that say they're property management, so I'm very confused by this. Basically, it's a mess. And the reason that I bring this up, this is on Ponderosa here. These guys have claimed it at least. They got an image in there. But again, they've got nothing going on here. Now that says lawn care service here. I'm just very confused by the whole thing. And the whole point of me bringing this up, look, property managers here, these are in Senoia, Georgia. So these guys have a bunch. The Griffin, Georgia area is so bad when it comes to guys optimizing their Google My Business that these guys here in a different city are showing up on there. because they've done something at least partially right. Look at these guys here. They've got their website in there. They've got images in there. They've got a lot of reviews. They've got decent numbers, you know. Point being with all of this, and you got one here from Zebulon, Georgia, that's in here as well. Again, not claimed, no information. I don't understand how these businesses that care about their businesses cannot have their GMBs filled out. So the reason that I brought this up, the reason that I'm sharing this is, of course, because Google My Business can be massively important to any business. And if this was in a bigger city, you know there would be 10 or 12 of these guys that are absolutely optimized to the hilt because they know it brings in calls. I mean, you look at this here, the first one that's probably going to get calls is maybe these guys here because they've got some stars. These guys haven't claimed it. They may be number 1 and number 2, but they don't have any information. These guys at least have information. They've got some reviews. But when I called, it didn't even sound like it was a property management company. So I was very confused by that too. So the point being is, if you help local businesses or you are a local business, you gotta fill these things out because I'm looking at this as a consumer. This isn't me as a marketer going in to try and prove a point or to, you know, to show this to these guys that they're doing it wrong. This was me actually using it because I needed a property manager, and this is a frustrating result here. So the point is, we need to help these guys to get these things done and done properly, set up properly. And it shows that there are a ton of businesses that absolutely are not doing this. And that's why I wanted to share with you a new product from Jim Mack. So Jim's program is called Lead Generation Intensive, and the idea behind this is it's going to teach you everything that you need to do to generate leads for local businesses using Google My Business along with a few other things as well. And if you look at this course, take a look at all this in here. I mean, this is a huge course, especially for the extremely low cost of the product. And it starts off with introduction, with mindset and sales. So you're going to watch this first just to learn about the course itself. You're going to get your introduction, goal setting and mindset, and sales training. So this is kind of a general sales training. Down here, you're going to get how to set up a Google My Business page. So this is going to give you the overview, the best niches, the value, so you really understand the value of the GMBs and the leads that you can get from it. Setting up an existing GMB, setting up a new or existing GMB. This is a different training here. You can see it says Michael's training, so it's a little bit different. And then making a new GMB from an unclaimed GMB. And of course, we saw a lot of those unclaimed GMBs when we looked up the property managers. So there's a lot of opportunity there. Down here, you're going to get the 3-pack foundational steps, the overview. You've got your on-page SEO. Okay, so let's explain this so you get this. The reason that they have on-page SEO here is because the SEO on a client's website will affect the GMB ranking. So you need to have a good website in order for the GMBs to really take off. In fact, on a recent radio program, Steve talked about how he switched over a GMB's website to the built-in Google one, and their listing tanked immediately. And when he switched it back to their real website, which was optimized, within a short period of time, it was back up there. So that does make a big difference. You're going to talk about photos and how to geotag them, which is very important. How to add pins to the location. Google Drive Stack. This is a very high-end technique that usually you're getting inside of courses that are hundreds of dollars. This is going to show you a really cool way to stack information, and so that it builds this link to link to link to link and then to the GMB, and it's going to make a huge difference. Driving directions and how they work and why they're helpful. Tools to find citations. They got 2 different parts in there. How many citations you need to build, more about the citations, how to build the local citations. Obviously, citations are very important. We're going to talk more about that in a second with one of my favorite parts of this whole training. Okay, the click-through rate, very important for the rankings. Using micro workers to improve your click-through rate, adding posts to your GMB. A lot of people don't even realize you can put posts kind of like you would on Facebook, but you put them inside your GMB. So you put an article with an image, you can put your writings with an image, and it really can make a big difference in there. And then how to get more reviews for your GMB, very important, obviously. Now the fun part, the YouTube method. This has a lot of great information that I absolutely love, some of which I already did, but there was a couple things in there I go, man, I'm an idiot. I should be doing that too. So there's some very cool stuff here. You're going to start off with the YouTube method for ranking. Then you're going to use the finding keywords and search terms, optimizing your thumbnail. Now this is not what you think it is, so pay attention to this. It's not just have a pretty thumbnail. Wait till you see what he does in there, which is one of those other ones where I said, dang it, why was I not doing that? And then, of course, the secret sauce method that you're going to learn in there as well. So YouTube is a huge part of this and very, very helpful, and something that I've been doing for a while with a lot of my clients to make sure that they get more citations to be able to bring up those listings. Finding and contacting the local businesses. So now you're going to learn how to find the businesses that need this and how to provide the service and sell it and start making money. And he uses Woodpecker to send messages. If you haven't used Woodpecker before, that's going to be something interesting for you. Using LinkedIn as well to be able to do that. How to price your services, okay? How to he's got a resource section in there, using the workflow sheet to stay organized, and then he's got a conclusion, and then down here he's got templates, so email and autoresponder templates, goal setting worksheet, lead tracking spreadsheet, ideal customer worksheet, client consultant contact, oh my gosh, client consultant contract, there we go, and the workflow sheet. So all of that in one product that's going to help you and hopefully is going to help these people in here, because boy oh boy do they need it. And this is not the only industry that needs this. This just happens to be the one that I was looking at, and it needs a lot of work, and there's a lot of opportunity here, and there's a lot of opportunity in every town, in nearly every single niche. The only ones who seem to get this right usually are the lawyers. Will fight it out and make sure that they do this properly. But even in smaller towns, they're vulnerable to not getting it done properly. So there is just a ton of opportunity if you understand Google My Business. As I've said before, I may love video, but Google My Business is the best thing that you can do first for these businesses to get those phones ringing. So highly recommend you check this out. Again, this is lead generation intensive. We got a lot of great bonuses for it. You can see those down below. So check those out as well. If you got any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be glad to at least try to give you an answer. I'm actually going to be out of town and maybe out of communication a little bit, so it might take me a little longer to get back to you, but I will try to do that if you ask any questions, so feel free to do that, and we'll talk to you guys soon.